In this video, we're going to continue building our first city in City Skylines from a population of 1,200 to bust. We're starting where we left off with a milestone of Tiny Town and a population of 1,200. Our previous videos for this new city will be linked below in the description. The Tiny Town milestone was one of the first milestones. Along with our growing population, we had a little bit of happiness. As seen, we continued to grow the city by adding additional roads and zones. From this point forward, we'll speak a lot about the financial challenges of this first city. Hopefully you can use some of these mistakes to improve your game as you start your new cities. We will finish the video with a summary of lessons learned. Although we had a little bit of a negative budget, one of the rewards of this milestone was additional funds. To help balance the budget, we reduced some of the funding. At this point, our population was relatively low compared to the capacity of city services. Balancing the budget did help out, but just a little bit at this time. At this point in the game, the policies were by far the largest expense. Although it's unseen here, the policies chosen in previous videos were energy and water policies. Those two policies were enabled when the population was below 1,000. At this point in the game, considering balance and the income, I chose to take out a loan. The loan did help out our finances, but it was also the beginning of a lot of challenges. At this point, our population growth was steady and our little town got to the milestone of Boomtown with a population of 2,200. With a population of about 2,700 and the new post office, we were again concerned with the local economy. We took down funding for the police department, and that helped to generate a little bit of a surplus in our income. And since our financial troubles started, this was really about the first time we actually started making money instead of losing it while we were growing the city. At around 3,400 population, it seemed as though we were again going to lose money. That being said, after building a park, the land value probably helped the taxes generate more income. And as our income rose slowly but surely, we continued to grow our city. It seemed as though the city was growing and we had a little bit of surplus in income. We just didn't have any money at hand because we were so busy building. We got to the point our balance was so low that we lost money, it became negative and then made us lose even more money. So sometimes if you just hold off of building a little bit, you can start to actually generate and make more money. We tried raising taxes, but that really wasn't working well. Financial concerns set aside for a moment, the town was still growing. We even made it to the milestone of Busy Town with a population of 4,600. After the milestone, the cycle of having a lot of income, growing the city, then having a little bit of income did continue. Now the last project that started the end of the game was starting to rebuild some of the roads. Looking back, this was an unnecessary project considering the size of the city. Fixing the roads just at one section took out way more money than we were generating. In fact, our money troubles were so bad we took out the third and last loan just to try to keep the game running. Unfortunately, that last loan was a very temporary fix. Although the loan added funds to the account balance, the budget was in a huge deficit. The deficit was so much that I knew it would be just time to quit and start all over. At the time of quitting, the balance was 1,325. The budget deficit was negative 4,520. Now with that considered, the population was 3,987 and happiness was negative 217. Now we will summarize some of the mistakes made so that we can avoid them in the future. Money isn't everything in a city, but in this game with the money turned on, the city can and will go bankrupt if you don't manage the budget. Policy seemed like a great idea with a very small population, but the cost of the policy may be too much for a little town that can't afford it. Growth and investing in a growing city is good. That being said, the growth has to be balanced with patience, especially when the budget is actually generating a good amount of income. The income fluctuates up and down. Continuing to grow the city all the way until the balance is almost done is high risk. A loan is just a backup plan, so having 2 or more loans really puts strain on the income. Just like policies for very small population, focusing too much expense on little projects like the roadwork toward the end can really hurt the city's income. With all these considerations, we'll try again in our next video and restart of our city. We're going to use these lessons learned and progress even further in the game. This is the third and final video of our first city that we built in City Skylines. We hope that you will join us when we restart the city in our future videos. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe now.